Zoe?
Zoe?
Zoe? Zoe? Zoe?
Shoo, bird.
Oh, shoo yourself, you big hairy lug.
What in Jarl's name? I know you. You arrived with that Stark girl yesterday. You're her bird.
Her bird? I am my own bird, I'll have you know. Her bird. Pfft, the nerve of some people. Besides, I lost her. She done gone vanished on me. I am, it seems, an expert at misplacing beautiful young women.
She's not misplaced. She's with the Resistance.
The Resistance. So she did find the rebels, and she didn't think to tell me. Well, some friend she turned out to be.
Well, to be fair to the girl, it wasn't entirely voluntary.
What do you mean? They kidnapped her. Crow to the rescue! So, where exactly did they kidnap her to?
I'm not supposed to... Well, I reckon the chances of you being an Azadi spy are rather remote. And that poor girl could probably use a friend. Do you know the old Sentinel Library outside the city? It's in ruins now, but beneath it, in the Enclave, you'll find your girl. Unless they took her egg, in which case...
Hold on, Zoe! Hold on to your head! I'm on my way!
I trust you got some sleep last night?
I would have, if you guys believed in bed sheets and pillows.
You are fortunate to be alive, girl. Who are you? Why do you ask questions about the Resistance?
I'll keep it simple. On the other hand, asking for the rebels is what got me into trouble in the first place. I'll keep it simple. I'm Zoe. I need your help.
Our help? With what?
I didn't know who else to ask. I need to get to the Purple Mountains.
I don't know where that is.
What about the Ular?
I'm sorry.
Abnaxus? Of the Venar?
I have heard of the Venar, but they left the Northlands. And Abnaxus? Maybe a whisper. Long ago? Nothing more. I cannot help you.
Damn. Is there anyone here who would know?
Perhaps. But you haven't answered my question, girl. Why should we help you? For all I know, you're an agent of the Azadi.
No, I'm...
Zoe! She's Zoe!
Balance.
Don't you dare touch her head. She's on an important mission.
I see. And who are you?
Crow. Honorary rebel, long-term avian buddy, and occasional sidekick of April Ryan. Rebel leader, adventurer, hero, savior of the balance. That's right. Here's Crow. This is him. I'm me. So... where's April? She can vouch for Zoe. They're best friends, tight as two chicks in a nest. I don't see April. Is she out on a mission or sleeping in or... Why are you both looking at me like that?
I thought you knew.
Knew what? What's going on? What?
April Ryan is dead, Bird. She was assassinated during an Azadi raid on Myria the winter before last. She died a hero's death and was given a hero's burial. We remember her fondly.
What?
I'm so sorry. Crow! Crow! Okay, I'm an idiot.
I've heard of this bird. Crow. So, you knew April Ryan?
We met a couple of times. I was there when she died. I found her. I tried to save her, but I couldn't. So, yeah, I guess I knew April.
You're the Stark girl. The one who dreams. They spoke of you. Bakim, Bryn, Chawan. They said you were one of us. Oh, this certainly changes things. But how did you...
He's gone. Of course he's gone. I should have seen that coming. It's not like he could just let Kian go without... Ugh, he's such a... Oh. Oh. Hey! Your hair, it's so pretty.
Thanks.
Who's gone, Enu?
What? Oh, Likho. He vanished in the middle of the night, chasing Kian, of course. Idiots, the both of them.
Maybe this is for the best. If Likho can help Kian...
Kian? Big Azadi guy. People call him the Apostle.
You know him?
We met once, briefly. He was kind to me. But isn't he the enemy?
Was. He's with us now. Defected. Yep. Well, except that he abandoned us again to go on a crazy suicide mission.
He left last night.
Of course. After everything that's happened, we just miss each other.
Oh, Enu, this is... Zoë. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you, Enu.
You're so pretty. That came out wrong. Wanna be friends? Oh, sorry.
Zoë needs our help. She has questions. Maybe you can...
Of course! No problem. Leave this to me, Shepherd.
I'm sorry for questioning you, Zoë. And I'm sorry I could not be of any assistance. Please, stay. Speak with Enu and the others. Perhaps someone here has the answers you're looking for.
Thank you, Shepherd.
Where are you from? Your clothes are amazing. Where did you get them?
They came with the jump. I'm from Stark. That's...
Across the divide, on the flip side of the balance, the world of science. Are you serious? That's incredible. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start. I am seriously worried my head might explode. I think I need to sit down.
Oh, don't explode. I'm not that special. I mean, you're orange, and the ears...
I'm just a boring old Zid. It's totally normal. Holy crap, Stark. I can't believe it. How did you get here? Are you a shifter?
A dreamer. I just dream myself here.
Just dream yourself here. That's it. No biggie. You are the best thing I have ever seen. Seriously.
Really? Okay. Thank you.
So, what do you need help with? Shepherd said...
I'm trying to find the Purple Mountains, and a tribe of magical creatures called the Ular. Someone, a Venar named Abnaxus, told me to...
Oh, slow down. Okay. Purple Mountains, Ular, Venar, Abnaxus, right? Nope. None of that sounds remotely familiar. I have never heard any of those words before. Of course, there are a lot of things I don't know. I was a farm girl. A silly zidling. There's so much I don't know. But I do know where to look for answers.
Oh? Where?
The library. The library holds all the answers. Do you have libraries in Stark? Never mind, silly question. Of course you don't. I'll go to our library right now and start looking. Purple Mountains, Ular, Abnaxus of the Venar. Come find me when you're ready. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Ugh, sorry.
What's he doing? He looks nervous. Should I interfere or wait until he's done? Hey.
God, you gave me a fright. I was just... I'm not... Are you supposed to be walking around on your own?
He looks guilty. What's going on? Is this your room?
Well, we don't... we don't have our own rooms. Anyway, Kian's gone. I was just looking for... It's Zoë, is it not? I'm Jakai, Ben Salman's nephew. She said some very nice things about you.
You'll have to give her my regards. How is Ben? I noticed the journeyman was closed down.
Yeah, she's in Coldstone. They arrested her for colluding with the Resistance. She was sentenced to 10 years in the dungeons. I don't know if she'll survive that. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that you're back in town.
I'm sorry about your aunt.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know what I'll do without her. She's the only family I have. Look, I have to go into town on an errand now, but please let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to. There are fewer rebels than I thought. Having seen what they're up against, I'm worried. I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I just can't... I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know? I felt it in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
He's not... I know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
I witnessed I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I... couldn't.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago, and I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxus chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
Come on, library. Show me what you're made of. Knowledge. All the knowledge. I've been trying to find a book or scroll or manuscript or map or torn note page or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or a piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library.
She seems... Enu, right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. I mean, no, yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a surly warrior with mommy issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. I mean, there's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his aunt issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
Neural programming. I mean, I did. Then my world shut down, and now I just watch a lot of shows and eat. Sorry.
Didn't understand any of that, but it was still amazing. Tell me again?
Maybe next time?
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
This... You just joined the Resistance?
Oh, yes. No. Not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right, and it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
We just broke up. In incredibly bad timing. It's been a difficult few months. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
There must... So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but...
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
Nothing. I mean, the Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or... Or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jaharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxus's stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed be Miss Striped Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the eight-eyed octo-god of Tartillus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left me life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
I just can't... How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Marcuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you. And I feel 20 years younger to boot.
Have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
Oh, aye. Aye, of course. Everyone's heard of the Turtle Mountains. They're...
No, sorry. Purple, not turtle.
That's what I said. Turtle. Right, of course. You don't know. Why would you? My apologies, lassie. See, I have a serious P deficiency. It's been a lifelong struggle. The Turtle Mountains. Nope, never heard of them. Sorry.
Didn't he just mention Abnaxus, General? Do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus? Now there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Marcurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
General? You said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
They called it the abode back then. Abnaxus's abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode?
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key, can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron, worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
I'd love to chat, lassie, but I have duties to attend to. There are piss pots that need emptying, and people to command into doing it.
Hey, I made progress. Blind Bob, the General, gave me the key to Abnaxus's house. I might find what I'm looking for there.
That's great! Oh, I wish I could come with you, but there's this whole furry thing I've got going on. It's a big no-no in the city these days.
Sorry about that. Humans can be real dicks sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Some humans, not most. You're a good human. What are these dicks you speak of?
That's not important. Thanks again for your help.
Are you leaving already? We just met, and you'll come back though, right?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Because there's so much I want to talk about, and I'll let you go now. Thanks for talking to me, Zoe. I miss you already. Shut up now, Anu. Okay, thanks, bye!
I have to resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur. I don't think that'd be kosher.
You spoke with the General. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's a step in the right direction.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, Zoe, but there's something about you that... I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
We shall speak again, Zoë Castillo. When the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the great plain stands straight and tall once more.
Shepard said to take you into town. Just get in that boat and we'll leave immediately.
Now I need to find the city green. I wish Crow was with me. I feel less alone with that silly bird around.
You're back! And your head's still on! Did you swim?
Swim? No, boat. I boated. They dropped me off in a boat.
Impressive. So, what's the next step on our grand adventure? Tea and biscuits? A hearty nap, perhaps?
I need to find the city green and the home of Abnaxus.
I visit the city green every day to clean my feathers in the fountain. Follow me.
Ah.
Hello.
I must apologize for yesterday.
No apology necessary. I found the people I was looking for, or rather, they found me.
Good. And you saw eye to eye?
They let me go. We're on the same side. I'm a friend.
Good. Good. I'm glad. And very relieved. You seemed like such a nice young woman. I was worried the resistance was going to, you know...
Wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't know that was a possibility.
Well, never mind that. You still have your head. It's Zoe, is it not? What can I do for you, Zoe?
I can't... The man who captured me.
Jackeye.
That's him. What do you know about him?
Jackeye Salmin, old Ben Rime's nephew. He stops by now and then, oftentimes with important messages. He does a lot of that, communications. But I don't know too much about him. Why do you ask?
Not sure. I surprised him in the Enclave. He was acting strangely.
His aunt is serving a sentence in Coldstone. I believe they're very close. That might explain his behavior.
That's probably it. Just keep an eye on him, maybe?
I certainly will.
I should try to engage him in a friendly conversation. He might know where Abnaxus is. Oh, this is probably a long shot, but have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
I've heard of the Black Mountains, the Green Mountains, even the Speckled Brown Mountains, but purple ones? If I had to guess, I'd say look to the Border Mountains range. They stretch from one end of the Northlands to the other. I'm sure they cover the colours of the rainbow.
I'm guessing it might take a while to see them all.
About a decade, give or take a few months.
And here I was hoping to get home by next week. This is my chance to get to know Alvik better. So what's your story?
My story? Well, I have plenty of stories. It'd take all day and night to tell half of them.
Are you from Marcuria?
Aye. Well, I was born here, but I was always a child of the ocean. Before he was a publican, my father was a sailor, and my mother hailed from the Southern Islands. The salty sea was in my blood. So, I ran away from home. 3 times my father brought me back before he finally relented and let me sign up. 13 years old and galley boy on the Pearl of the Great Sea. 10 years after that, I made first mate on the Kandar's Tusk. She was a great ship. I miss her like I'd miss a lost limb. I only returned to Marcuria to take over my father's business when he passed. He owned a tavern. Not this one, I'm afraid. It burned in the war. I fought the tyrant, joined the city guard, and then finally I scraped enough coin together to buy this place. So, here I am, both feet planted firmly on solid soil. But you know, my heart remains in the southern seas. I courted the beautiful Princess Kuamaka, angered a king, got chased off by savages with spears. I might one day go back to claim my bride and conquer a kingdom. But for now, I'm happy serving warm beer, listening to drunken confessions, and helping friends. My seditious, rebellious friends.
People say good things about you.
Do they now? Well, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm friendly to friends, civil to customers, and, less so to everyone else. But I will welcome all sorts to the Rooster, unless they're troublemakers.
I promise I'll behave. I'm looking for the house that belonged to Abnaxus of the Venar.
The ambassador? I met him once at a social function, must be at least 15 years ago now. Cryptic fellow, hard to understand, but pleasant enough for a politician. Didn't drink much. Though between the two of us, we cleaned out their larders. The ambassador had the good foresight to leave town before the Azadi arrived. But his house is still there. I believe they used to call it Abnaxus's abode in the old days. But nowadays it's known as an historic artifact. You can't miss it. It's right in the center of City Green. And it looks like a petrified tree. I reckon that's because it is a petrified tree. Oh, and best of luck getting inside. It's protected, if you know what I mean.
I have the key.
Oh, well, in that case, I reckon you'll have no problem getting inside, eh?
Time. I should get going, Alvik.
I imagine you're busy. You let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, Zoe. Come back any time. I'll see you around, Zoe.
I really wish you had wings.
So do I, Crow. Hey, are you okay?
So, how's business? Pretty good. I mean, reaping's a great time for me. Plenty of customers, even if those farms... How? I mean, farmers, I must admit that I'm getting rather excited about seeing...
How's your memory coming along? Do you remember anything about this place now?
I worked so hard to remember, but no, not much. It was winter.
True. Winter changes everything, what with the snow and the ice and all.
And the city looked different. Smaller.
It probably has grown a bit.
But no, I don't really remember anything at all.
Perfectly fine. I also remember very little, but then I am a bird with a bird brain. So what can you expect?
Why are you asking me? I'm not...
What's going on here? Isn't that... Are they trying to chop down Abnaxus's abode? Great. That's great.
So this is it. Abode of, big ugly thing what speaks funny?
Apparently so.
And there's someone else here.
Apparently so.
Huh.
Good bird.
Once this unholy tree's been knocked down, the electorate will take me seriously. They'll see I have the power to get things... Ah! A member of the voting public. Honor Hilaris Esquire at your service, madam. But I'm sure I don't need to introduce myself to you, hmm? You've seen my face in print and in public appearances. You know me as an honourable and truthful fellow who stands with the common man. And woman. We shan't forget the common woman. Yes, yes. I'm, of course, running for Commissioner of City Watch, a position sorely and desperately in need of new blood. The Watch needs strength. It needs direction. It needs humanity. In other words, it needs me.
It looks like they... Why are you trying to knock down this tree?
Oh, it's not just a tree. It's an affront to common decency and humanity. This so-called domicile was the dark and dangerous den of one of the most militant of magicals. An abominable beast that threatened our young and our women by its mere existence. Eradicating this occult stone tree from our historic green is not just my election promise to voters, but my God's-given responsibility as a human being.
Well, best of luck with everything.
Luck is the lazy man's excuse for failure. Luck is an occult idea. I create my own destiny, young madam, and so should you. Here's my advice to you. Find yourself a decent human husband and start breeding decent human babies. This is how you can best contribute to our common manifest destiny. And remember, a vote for honor is a vote for humanity. Go on, put your back into it, man. This is pathetic. It's merely a tree.
Crow, could you fly over there for me?
Why?
Just trust me.
Why?
Jesus, please, Crow.
Fine. Pardon me for wanting to play a role in my own destiny. I'll do it.
A talking bird. Filthy magic. kind of shoddy job are the Azadi doing when there are still talking birds flapping about? They should provide us with a few of their explosive sticks.
If it wasn't
so
for
that we can
honest
take
goons,
matters
I would
into our own
thump that
hands
reactionary
and
misogynist on the
eradicate
head.
sorcerous plague.
No court would convict me.
My
It would be
skin
justified
crawls at the
homicide.
very idea of a cult flying creatures. That god's damn talking bird. Magical aberration. If I get my hands on the filthy feathered thing, I'll twist its scrawny little... language. What can I do for you, young madam?
About that talking bird that's bothering you.
Yes, what about it?
I just saw it.
Where? Go look for that goddamn bird over there.
Are you doing this just to annoy me? Because it's working.
Soft-headed fool. We'll need to carry him home to have someone look at his head. The tree can wait until tomorrow. You do the carrying. I'd do it myself, but someone needs to lead the way and keep an eye out for potholes.
That was brilliant! First, I did my thing, and then that goofball tried to hit me with a rock, and then stuff happened, and Dung for Brains got knocked out, and then they all left. End scene. It was almost like one of those puppet shows that Wizard puts on in the square. It was hilarious!
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's the most fun I've had since... I don't know, I guess since I hung out with April all those years ago.
This place looks a lot bigger on the inside. It is a lot bigger on the inside. Okay, this is freaky. I feel dizzy. There must be magic here because this makes no sense. Things can't be bigger on the inside than on the outside. Then again, why should I be surprised? I've seen weirder things. Weird is my new normal. Right, so, clues.
That's interesting.
Get out of my...
Whoa, Nellie! Easy. There's nothing to worry about. Zoë Castillo. You're literally the last person I expected to find in here.
I remember him from my... Brian, right?
Right. Brian. Brian Westhouse. We spent a few days in cramped quarters on a small airship. I'd be surprised if you didn't remember me.
It's been a confusing year. For a while, I remembered nothing. Even when I tried my best to remember, I couldn't. Well, not until now.
I know that feeling all too well, Miss Castillo. So you're back in Mercuria, and in this place of all places. How in the name of the balance did you get inside? People have been trying for years, but this house has strong wards. Venar magic, the oldest there is. And now I understand why. It's a treasure trove. Like that book you were looking at. That's the Annals of Dreaming. Only 5 were ever made. It must be worth... Well, it's valuable, extremely valuable.
I'm not sure I want to tell this man. I know my way around wards.
So I see. Your talents run deeper than I remember, Miss Castillo. I'm impressed. Pardon my curiosity, but what are you looking for here? Abnaxus himself vanished a decade ago.
I should trust Brian. It's not that I don't trust... I was just curious about what was in here.
You know what they say about curiosity, Miss Castillo?
It killed the cat?
What? No. Curiosity is the doorway to knowledge and wisdom. Looks like I picked the perfect day for a stroll in the green. I was wondering why that odorous Hilarious fellow wasn't still trying to chop this tree down. Now I know. Let's see if we find anything interesting, shall we?
It's a map of the Northlands, and the border mountains are right at the top, but no purple mountains. Lots of other mountains, though. Those are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them.
Interesting.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer references in the annals of dreaming. That's this book right here. And the chapter about the first dream, it's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts, so yes, I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be wardens of the Dreaming One, whatever that means. It's a rough translation. The English language isn't quite up to the task. The Ular and the Yete, one people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yete left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one. It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map? Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains. This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there. I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead.
I'm sure Abnaxus won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person, if I make it to Cloud Peak.
I knew it!
There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains. Let's see. There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains.
Fascinating.
That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The soul stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Klacks. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
That sounds ominous.
It does indeed. I don't know about any soul stone, but I'm guessing this Klacks fellow does. I wonder if Abnaxus means old Roper Klacks. April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains. April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of. Sounds like this soul stone is important.
So, if this place is bigger on the inside than the outside, I should get going. Should we...
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Abnaxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can let you stay in here.
I'm not sure I need your permission.
I...
Only joking. I understand. I'll take my leave now, Miss Castillo. I certainly hope we'll see each other again soon.
Didn't you say something about a wizard and a puppet show?
Nope.
No, you did. You said something about a show in the square.
I did not.
Crow.
Oh, right! Roper Klacks' Fingerlings! Man, that show's great. A modern classic.
Klacks. He's the wizard April Ryan fought.
That's right. He was behaving badly, so she fought him and trapped him inside some sort of calculating machine. Pretty clever stuff.
Where can I find this puppet show?
I'll show you.
If you seek an autograph, you must purchase my book first. It's on sale today, only...
No, sorry. I need to talk to you.
Talk, Well, I only have a few minutes before my show begins, but I'm sure I can spare a couple of them for a pretty young thing like you.
You are Roper Klacks, right? The wizard?
Who told you that?
Well, that sign, for one.
No, the wizard part. Who told you? I mean, I'm merely a humble finger puppeteer trying to make an honest living in a cold and heartless world.
But you were a wizard once.
Fully rehabilitated, I don't go anywhere near sorcery, not anymore. You should really read my highly acclaimed and best-selling memoir, A Farewell to My Wizarding Ways. It's a thrilling story of redemption and romance, of dashing heroes and wicked villainesses, of flying castles and curious calculating devices. Every word of it as true as the night is dark and the day is bright, of course.
Do you recall owning a soul stone?
A soul stone? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just wondering, since there are so many impressive tales about your powers where I come from.
And where would that be?
That was a long time ago. In another life. I've moved on. I'm a different person now in every way.
I was just wondering what happened to the stone.
She took it, that bitch.
Balance? Pardon me? I don't know where that came from.
Who?
Yaga, the wicked witch of the north, as these simpletons call her. As if they have any idea who and what she truly is. She lurks in Riverwood in the dark places. She feeds on that stone like a...
Like I said, that's in the past, and I've left it all behind long ago. Now I make an honest living bringing joy to children through my most excellent and revolutionary finger puppet theatre. And on that note, I must beg your pardon, young miss. The show is about to begin.
Can we please talk again afterwards? I have some more questions.
Sure. Absolutely. After the show. Yes. Toodaloo.
Yes, here we go. This is gonna be so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and... well, humans. And you, Azadi soldiers standing over there, you're welcome to watch, just don't rattle your sabers or rustle your suits. Welcome to this morning's performance of... The Fingerlings. I am your host and puppeteer, Roper Klacks, esteemed thespian and raconteur, author and entrepreneur. My book is available for purchase with a free personalized dedication. Speak to me after the show. A donation is both appreciated and expected. Drop your coins into the box after the show. Remember that every iron piece goes towards a good purpose.
Woohoo! Go Fingerlings!
My beloved Fingerlings, handcrafted reproductions of renowned actors from across Arcadia, immortalized in finger puppet form by skilled artisans. Using only the finest fabrics and natural materials, these lovely creatures are as dear to me as children, and as talented and protean as the finest human players. You're all welcome to approach the stage after the show, of course, to admire my finely crafted miniatures up close and intimately. No food, no touching, no children. And now, beloved audience, prepare yourselves for a journey into mystery, for a true story of wizardry and magic. I present to you the tale of the good-hearted wizard and the villainous winch. Once upon a time, in the distant north, there lived a kindly old wizard in a wonderful flying castle. This very friendly wizard liked to tease and toy with the people of the land, and sometimes he would do silly things like turn them into stone or furry animals and bottle up the wind. Naturally, he meant no harm, and the people of the land loved the wizard like they would a grandfather, a very young and very, very handsome grandfather. But one day, an evil sorceress from a distant land came to visit the kindly wizard. This ugly, selfish witch didn't understand that the wizard was only trying to make people happy. She used her dark sorcery to steal all of his possessions and trap him inside a tiny little box where the gentle wizard was barely able to breathe. The poor old man was trapped for many moons inside this box before a benevolent wandering god arrived to free him from his prison. The wizard pledged eternal allegiance to the wandering god in return for vengeance against the cruel witch who trapped him. Together they...
There he is, Commander. The dangerous loon who's corrupting our youth with his occult finger rings.
What? What's this? What are you doing? What's going on? You can't... Hey! Hey, hands off!
You're teaching children of magic, old man. You ought to know better.
Release me, you dishonorable brute!
By the authority vested in me by the Greater Azadi Empire and the Emissary, and in accordance with provisional imperial law prohibiting any and all teachings of occult magic, I'm taking you into custody.
You can't do this! You don't know who I am!
Tell it to the magistrate, wizard.
My fingerlings! My precious handcrafted fingerlings!
No!
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a travesty.
I didn't see that coming.
I guess the Azadi aren't fans of creepy puppet shows either.
I think it had more to do with him being a wizard. Okay, shit. So what now? He was my only lead to the Soul Stone. All I have to go on is something about a Yaga and Riverwood.
Riverwood? I know Riverwood. I've been to Riverwood. If it's Riverwood you need, I know how to get to Riverwood.
Really? And the Yaga? The Wicker Witch?
I don't know anything about Yagas, but I do know something about witches in Riverwood. On my last trip there, we had a close encounter with one of them. That witch is toast, of course, but I can probably find my way back to Riverwood. It's north. We go north. Wait, which way is up? Yeah, north.
Okay. Okay. That's something, right? Much better than nothing. We just need a way to get north that doesn't involve me walking all the way.
Or me flying. I'm not flying all that way. I tire easily. Wait. I feel a cunning plan coming on. Follow me, Zoe.
Uh-oh.
It's either a cunning plan, or I need the toilet. But I'm pretty sure it's a cunning plan.
I still can't believe you pulled off the voice and the whole fake hand thing.
The hat looked great on you.
Totally. Not so sure about the beard, though. My face is itchy. Speaking of faces, I can never show mine in Mercuria again. Not after that last bit we did.
If everything goes well, you won't have to.
At least we have a ride. Can I trust this thing?
They're docile cows, the Elguan. Just leave it to me. Mush, Daisy, mush!
Whoa, whoa, I think you're upsetting her.
I'll leave the cowgirling to you. I'll fly ahead and scout the terrain instead. Don't lose sight of me!
How much longer will this journey take? Must be nearly a week now.
It's been less than 2 days, and I'm beginning to regret bringing you along.
You're stuck in the cargo hold of a cloud ship with your worst enemy. How could you possibly have any regrets?
And people say you have no sense of humor. If there was ever... I'm sorry about your father. I know that may not amount to much now, but I was a different person then. I was blind to the possibility that there could be more than one truth. There's been so much death on the road to this place. I left an innocent man behind to die during my escape from Friar's Keep. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I only caused him more pain. I watched Balse Bakim bleed to death so that I could make my escape through a blood magic portal. I still wonder if his sacrifice was worth it. Have I repaid that debt? Shepard believes so, but many thought him a better man than I, so why did he have to die? I've tortured men for information. What did I gain from these actions? What did it change? What would have been different had I acted differently? All of these choices, Likho, they add up. My soul is heavy. The others believe me unaffected because I carry on as if nothing happened. But their faces and voices are there when I close my eyes. Those deaths never leave me. No words can undo these deeds. There are no excuses for the wrongs I've committed. But I am trying to heal the wounds I've inflicted. It's a long journey, Likho, and...
I know. When you arrived from Friar's Keep, I wanted you dead.
Really? I couldn't tell.
And people say you have no sense of humor.
They do?
We've been through much since then. I believe I know you. A little. You've taken up arms against your own people, risking shame, death, and your immortal soul, because you believe they're misguided. It cannot be easy being hated and feared by both sides. I may still despise you because you murdered my father. I may still dislike you because you're an arrogant and intolerant shit. But I respect you, Kian, and I trust you.
That trust goes both ways, Likho.
Well, I'm taking a nap. This half of the hold is mine. Stick to your side, or I may stab you in my sleep.
Don't worry. I've no intention of cuddling up next to you.
Kian, are you awake?
I wasn't. This has now changed.
Did I ever tell you how my society views people like us?
I don't believe so.
The Dole Antiqua consider themselves tolerant and inclusive in all matters. And yet I've always had to hide who I am from my family and friends. If they knew the truth, I'd be ostracized. Tolerance, it seems, has its limits. But in the Resistance, no one cares. This thing we share, it doesn't change how they feel about us. It's strange. Strange, but liberating.
With the Resistance, you are who and what you decide to be. Regardless of color and creed, gender and religion, and... I thought you loved April Ryan.
I did. I do, but... not like that. She was someone I cared deeply about and always will. But I could never have shared my life with her. I still miss her every day. She gave me strength.
Nah, I'm going back to sleep. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
A day of sitting in the dark, bickering about who passed gas?
Like I said, a long day.